Hi guys, Sugar here with a new video. And this video, since the servers are down, I wanted to make another video, but servers are down, so I want to talk about SOLOQ RPGs. So it is currently tested live, not live, but on the PTR, and it will come live in 10.2. And I tried to brainstorm more or less what is going on for SOLOQ RPG, how can they make it the best possible game mode for PvP, and just in general, what can you do to attract more players. And there is one thing I probably will say for most of the brackets in game modes is that you need rewards. So you need rewards for PvP, also QRPG basically, because we're talking for that. So we do need those things to attract players. Again, players don't really play for nothing anymore, since again, if it was the case, random mages would be way more popular, which is not really the case anymore, or even epic BGs. Right now, ranked is where it's at, and whenever I say ranked, it is rated game modes, like for example 2v2, 3v3, even team RPGs, although again the population is not that big, and also solo shuffle. Now, there is only one bracket where it's the most and the best rewarded bracket, and it is the 3v3 bracket. Then I would say it would be the RBG and the solo shuffle bracket for different reasons. For example, in RBGs you have the titles, like for example Grand Marshal, Marshal, whatever, every time you're going to go up, and also Hero of the Alliance or Hero of the Horde. The issue is it's only a title and it's always the same every season, so there is nothing extra. Once you have done it once, you pretty much saw everything pretty much. And Soul Shuffle, you get a pennant pretty much, and you have a rank 1 title that you can chase, but the rank 1 title is quite difficult because again the places are not many, and most people are actually playing, like most of the pros, most of the rank 1s in 3v3 also play Soul Shuffle, which again takes a lot of spots. You can have more chances with, let's say, popular specs where you have more spots, and on least popular specs, for example even Blood Decay, you have to grind to be really high rated to have a spot. The good thing is the high rated places are way lower on the threshold of rating compared to, let's say, Elemental Shaman that got really high MMR and CR because of all the bots that were raiding on Soul Shuffle entries. So that's the issue. So what do we need to do to actually reward solo queue RPGs? But I would also say solo shuffle, 2v2, and even team RPGs. I'm okay to give also to them something to go for if they want to still grind that bracket. And my first suggestion would be to reward every single threshold, I would say. Whenever I'm talking about threshold, I'm meaning, like for example 1400, 1600, 1800, 1950, 21, and 24 plus, which is for example Glad or a Legend. Now for solo QRPG, what can we give like a name to the solo QRPGs that are above 2.4k and they did like 30 games, or I don't know, above the threshold? I don't know, I don't think it will be 30 games, I think it's 10 games or something like that. We'll have to see, like 10 wins above 2.4k. I would say that every single threshold needs a reward. Now you have already some rewards. You have 1800 that has the how it's called, elite set. You have 2100 the enchant, pretty much. I think that's for every single bracket, also for 2s, 3s, solo shuffle RPGs. And then you have, like, for Glad, for you get the Glad mount above 2400 in 3s. And you also have the pennant, I think, for solo shuffle, pretty much. Those are like the titles. Then you have like single titles, like for example Sergeant, you have Lieutenant, I think, you have Marshal and GM, for example. Again, I don't know every single title. I don't really care about that as well, because again, it's the same every single season. And yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the only things you get. I think you also get a 1600, you get the item to exchange for a tier piece. You get that as well now. And also 1400, I think, unlocks conquest boxes, conch boxes later down the season. Pretty much, those are the rewards that you already get. But I'd say that you really want something else. Again, I'm okay to have like the best rewards for higher rated. The issue is you want people to still grind over the edge for every single bracket. For example, in League of Legends currently, even I think bronze also get like a skin. Before it was only gold, and everyone wanted to go gold and then stop because there is no other reward that it could actually chase for plat, diamond, master, grandmaster I think, and challenger. What you really want is that they are actually trying to achieve that next step to get even better rewards. Right now you have like bronze, like iron, bronze, you get like a bronze skin, and then you get like a silver skin, and then a gold skin, and you can actually have like extra cosmetics because of that. What you also want is probably have something similar for World of Warcraft. Now again, you don't want to have like all the rewards to 1400 because they are going to stop pretty much. If they're going to stop playing, the issue is you are going to make higher rated queue times very long. Because again, if someone says, look, I'm going to stop 1400 because I'm okay with 1400, that's what we are actually currently having with 1800. People get elite set and then they're going to say, I'm done for the season, I don't need to push anymore. You don't really want that. You want people that are 1800 plus to keep on grinding pretty much. You want to keep them grinding. And what do you need to do for that? Well, again, I'm not like a huge fan of that idea, because I think once you gave everyone a mount, it does devaluate the mount. But what you could do is maybe from 2k, because then if 1800 you have, let's say, the elite set, which is still going to keep it like that. What you could do from 2k, I think 2.1k, doesn't matter, you get a glad mount, pretty much. And it will not be called glad, it will just be a mount, pretty much. It will be a cool mount that you can fly with. And every single time you're going to get a new bracket, for example, 2.1k, 2.4k, and then glad, and then let's say rank 1. You get every time a extra thing on the mount. So you get on the mount plus cosmetic, and then you have mount plus extra cosmetic, and then once you have glad means that you need 50 wins, I think, above 2.4k currently. You get the glad mount with the extra cosmetics, and then you have a rank 1 glad mount, which is Uber mount, I don't care, something like that. Again, with everything combined. So you have every time something to work for. If you are 1800, look, you gotta go for the 2k. The 2k is the mount. And then your 2k, you're going to say, but look, 2.1k is like super close to the cosmetic that we could like have on the mount. Why not go for that? And then your 2.1k, you're going to say, look, 300 extra MMR, I would get an extra cosmetic and maybe the chance to get glad with 50 plus wins, to get the glad mount with extra cosmetics. And this all could be for, this is for trees, for example, right? This is for trees, pretty much. 3v3 bracket. And what you could do for every single bracket, again, I don't know if you can see on my screen. Okay, I'm going to scroll. If I can, I'm going to do that. So every time we're going to do another bracket, again, you want to give people incentive to play every single bracket. I think it's important that people are not going to drop 2v2 or 3v3 for solo queue RPGs or solo shuffle, and the same vice versa. You don't want to have everyone to 3v3 or 2v2 because all the cool things are there, and you want to drop solo queue RPGs and solo shuffle because there is nothing. What you want is that everyone plays with every single piece of content that you actually have in this game. Also team RPGs, again. So that's for 3v3, and then for 2v2, which is let's be honest, it's an easier bracket normally, especially since it is very highly dependent on your comp. I'm going to say if you're playing Survival Hunter Resto Druid or Survival Hunter Disc Priest, the likelihood that you're going to be higher rated is very high if you're just knowing how to play those specs. For example, 2v2, you still have the 1400 conch boxes, you have 1600 the extra piece, tier piece, pretty much. 1800 you still have the elite set, but then it stops. You have like the 2000 or 2100 enchant, and that you have for every single thing. I already like discussed about it. Now what I want to do is plus the elite set, so elite set is going to stay, you still get a mount, but it is another color. So it means that this, for example, this is the excuse me, glad mount, excuse me, for the mount will be a 2k, excuse me, I'm getting confused. So here you get another color of the 3v3 mount, pretty much. So this is still a mount, it is not a glad mount, by the way. So you have the 3v3 mount recolor, so let's say it's green color, it's a green color, or a green cosmetic, I would say, and this one is the OG glad color, pretty much. But it is very basic. There is no spikes, no nothing. Just a vanilla mount of that season, pretty much, right? I don't know if you can read it. Yep, you can read it. So you have that, and then you can pretty much have the same, but it's a recolor. I'm going to scroll so you can see no spikes, just a vanilla amount of that season. And what you want to do is the same as this, pretty much. You want to incentivize everything. It's going to be another color, pretty much. So this is going to be added to everything, right? And you really want to, again, give incentive to the player base to play 2v2. Now I'm going to say the same for solo shuffle, so I'm going to say the solo shuffle the same, and I would even say for SOLOQ RBG the same, pretty much. But you can be very, very creative. You're going to say, look, for SOLOQ RBGs, there are going to be more widespread spikes. Solo Shuffle RBGs are going to be more inner-centered. For 2v2, the spikes are going to be different, etc., etc. So you can be really creative with your rewards. It doesn't need to be like designing from A to Z. It's just a recolor, pretty much. And you're going to give people the incentive to say, look, this season I want to be 2k on every single bracket. And then the appetite will come, because 2k, look, 2.1k is really reachable, right? So you go for 2.1k, and then you're going for 2.4k, and then you're going for glad. And everyone is not going to get glad. Not everyone is going to bid 2.1 or 2k, but then that's the job of the developers to give even more rewards at the lower centers. Again, other ideas. So you have other ideas. What you want to do to actually reward the lower ratings. You want to have maybe a reward for 1000 rating. You want a reward for 1200 and for 1400. Those are like the rewards that should also be existing. Now, I'm going to be honest, getting 1500 MMR is really easy, depending on the season, inflation, or whatever. I'm going to say if you're doing twos and you're winning most of your games, and even if you're losing most of your games, if you still win, you can actually pretty reliably get 1400 because of the inflation and because of the amount of points you actually win from 0 to 1000 and then from 1000 to 2200. Those reward systems are way bigger than, let's say, whenever you're winning at 2k, you're not winning like 30 MMR or 40 MMR every single win, while on a 1000 CR player character, you're going to easily gain 50, 60, or even 70 CR. So I'm going to say that you need some rewards here, reward here, and you want to be doing for every single bracket. And that's, again, I want to be incentivizing every single bracket to get rewards. Again, you don't want to give like special, like not special, but I would say different rewards from 1k to 1.6k, or even from 1k to 1.8k to every single bracket. What you want to do is like give incentives to actually grind that bracket, but also want to go for further the mounts and the cosmetics and what you could actually do for those mounts. Again, it could be everything. It could be like a special tint. It could be something like a glowy thing. And again, they can do many things with this system. You really want to do that. I'm going to say for PvE it should be also the same, but I'm not a PvEer. I do not know anything about PvE. The landscape about PvE is vastly different from PvP, but I would say you want to reward players no matter what. And again, what you could do also as an idea is to put a PvP battle pass without paying. I would say there's no paywall. No paywall pretty much. So you have no paywall. What you could do is like have thresholds where you need to win 10 and it's a weekly thing. And you want to win 10 SOLOQ RPGs, you want to win 10 2v2s, you want to do 10 solo shuffles, you want to 10 3v3s, play 10 healer matches, play 10 DPS matches. You can go on and on and on, and you can just make it like something very, very cool to interact and get other rewards. So for example, I don't know, man, it's very difficult because you don't want to alienate previous rewards that you got from previous expansions. But they could easily put like recolors, they could easily put like rewards that were still obtainable, I would say, but through PvE, and you want to do PvP to get those rewards. Let them do that. Or for example, instead of like farming raids from TBC or Wrath of the Lich King to get a specific tier piece, to get like a in your collection, you get those choices with a battle pass. For example, you get tokens, and with those tokens you're going to then exchange for cosmetics, for example. I don't know, they could be very creative. Just look at other games, what they're doing, and you're going to be golden. Again, I'm saying without a paywall because then it incentivizes playing instead of just paying. But again, I think activity on PvP and engagement with PvP will just bring more people to play on the game, which effectively will spend more money on the game with, for example, tokens or whatever system they have to actually milk the customers, which is all right because everyone is like, it's a company, they need to win money. But again, it needs to be something that is more about playing than spending. So those are my ideas pretty much. I think it's pretty logical what you want to do with PvP. I think you want to have every single bracket as popular as possible. I do feel like SOLOQ RPGs needs hefty rewards because you want to make people play that game mode and then be addicted from that game mode. They really want to play SOLOQ RPGs. And they really want to play solo shuffle. Don't forget about solo shuffle because it's the arena solo queue system, and then you have the RBG solo queue system, which I think will be very popular for healers, for DPSs, and they're going to be a valid option in comparison with solo shuffle, where again, if you're queued for solo shuffle and solo queue RBGs, you're going to get a pop regardless faster than when you had only one solo shuffle, because everything and every single DPS were going for solo shuffle. Now they're going to have another option, so they will spread the DPSers around, so you have way more opportunities to push in arenas, but also in solo RPGs. Again, that's my ideas. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. It's more of a discussion video. It's me typing on a notepad again. I try to give out my opinions about everything about PvP. So please subscribe to the channel if you love those kinds of content. You know, tier list guides, gameplay videos, discussion videos, hit pieces, hot takes, whatever is about PvP, you can find it on this channel. Again, we are excited for 10.2. I think they will make way more changes this week for balancing, so please stay tuned. And yeah, again, hopefully you have a great day, and we'll catch you probably very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.